Okay, Edward, James, Leslie, Richard, Cornell, Kyle, Jan, Tony, Brian. Tony's logged in twice. Wow, you're so excited, right, Tony? You logged in twice. Good to have you. Sandy, Lena, Jim, James. Awesome. Okay, guys. Good to have you all here today, and I'm honored to be here conducting the class today. So if you showed up today because you want to learn 5 digital secrets to high-ticket affluent prospects on demand, you are definitely in the right place. Now, good thing you got a seat because this webinar was actually overbooked. I was kind of surprised when I saw the amount of interest in today's class, but I'm obviously thrilled and delighted that you made it here today. So just a couple of housekeeping notes so you get the most out of today's class. I highly recommend that you shut down all distractions around you. So if you've got Skype open or email pop-ups or texting, turn that off. Wall Street Journal did an interesting article recently stating how multitasking makes you stupider, and because it reduces their cognitive ability not only to learn, but also to remember what you learn. And I'm going to share some things today that a lot of people have paid significant sums to learn, and I'm not going to hold anything back, so I want to make sure that you get the most value out of it. The other thing, I want to invite you to really ask questions at any time you have in today's class. We got 60 minutes, so I'll keep us on track here today, but I want you to feel comfortable to just ask anything you can in the question box. That'll actually help you remember. And I'm going to be asking for things like engagement and, put yes or put questions and so forth. And it's really not for my benefit. Ivy League schools have done studies showing that the more you engage in a process, in a learning experience, the more you're actually going to remember. So when I ask you to do things like type yes or say hi or do all these things, it's really to help keep you engaged so that your memory retains, so that you can learn some of these same ideas to help you scale your business. So feel free to play full out. Now, I have on the screen here Anthony Robbins, one of my personal mentors. I've had the privilege of being on stage with him. And he says that a real decision is measured by the fact you've taken a new action. And if there's no new action, you haven't really decided. So I want to just take a moment to commend you because thousands and thousands of advisors were invited to today's special class and hundreds registered, and you took the time out of your day to show up. And I want to just let you know that I'm very grateful. And I know your time is valuable, as is mine. So I'm going to be making sure that I deliver high value content today that will make it worth the investment of your time. And the fact that you came out of your schedule today to learn about how to meet affluent prospects really tells me that you're right for this class today. If you've been struggling on how to identify the right prospects or even how to get in touch with them, I'm going to show you some very simple step-by-step techniques today. So I'm going to turn off the camera here, but I'll come back on at the end so I can help you with your questions. Okay, so just a little warning about you're about to see. I want to be very clear that the techniques I'm going to share with you aren't part of a get-rich-quick program where promises you a fortune for doing nothing. I don't really believe those things exist. But the system that I'm going to outline is working like a machine for my private clients who are financial advisors, life agents, retirement planners, 401k specialists, benefit advisors, commercial lines. But I don't want to suggest that anybody who invests their time into what they're going to see is going to make the same amount of money that you're going to see some of my clients have made. Really, frankly, success is determined by several factors, and in the end, if it is to be, it's up to me. So if that sounds good to you, if you understand that you're somebody who takes personal responsibility for your success, go ahead and put the word deal in the question box. If that sounds like a deal, then we can continue. Go ahead and put the word deal in the question box right now. Ted, Tony, Leslie, Jan, Kim, James, Billy, Jenny, Cornell. Okay, excellent, guys. All right, very engaged group here today. I'm really excited. Okay, so quick question to the audience. First poll, $241,561 in commissions. One of my clients was able to achieve this sending emails. Now, question to you. How many emails did she have to send to make $250,000 in commissions? The closest answer to the truth, to the real number is going to win an autographed copy of my book, which I'm going to hold up in my hand right here. So you should be able to see my bestseller here. This is Shift, 201 Proven Ways to Sell More Insurance and Financial Services right now. I'll send an autographed copy with a personal note because you are obviously a sharp marketer. Okay, I've seen the numbers come in. We've got Leslie at 25, Dave's at 12,000, Ed's at 3, Brian's at 1, Brian's at 1, 5,000 for Ted, Fred says 5, 5,000 for Billy, James says 35, 50 says Jenny, Sandy says 1 if it's the right one. Lena is saying 6,000, Tony says 10, 4 says Ron. Nobody's gotten it yet. Some of you are super, super close, but you haven't really nailed it in yet. You got so many close ones here. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to give you guys the answer, but I'm going to ask for Sandy, Brian, and Edward to pick a number from 1 to 20 and type it in the screen right now. And whoever's closest is going to win the book. Because you guys are the closest, but it's a tie because you guys didn't nail it, actually. All right, so let's see here. Brian and Sandy. All right, so you know what, Brian? I think the number I picked was 14. Brian, you picked the number 8. You are the closest, and I will tell you the answer now. So congratulations, Brian. What you have to do is just go ahead and send an email to support@agencygrowthacademy.com. Just do that right now and say I was the winner, and then they will make sure that I get your address. Make sure you put your mailing address, and then I'll be happy to send you a copy of the book. Congratulations, guys. I got some more stuff that I'm going to be giving you guys throughout the course of the class today. But there's Lynn. She's the one who made $250,000 from sending 2 emails. So just to put that in terms of lifestyle, Lynn actually had enough money to go out and buy one of the world's most expensive pens. It's the Bentley Travaldi limited edition pen, $41,000 for a pen. And she had enough cash left over to actually go out and buy a Bentley Flying Spur, 2016 edition. So email can work fantastically, and it's one of the techniques that I'm going to teach you today. Now, I don't know about you, but how many of you today are as confused as I was looking at all of the different social networks that are out there and how to use them? Put the word yes if you've been confused at one time because of all of the different networks and all the experts coming up saying you have to do this, no, you have to do that, and no, it's about content, no, it's about engagement. It's confusing, right? Okay, I see a lot of you agreeing with me. Well, even for the biggest YouTube stars it is. This is Jake Hopper. I had the privilege of giving a TED Talk, and he happened to be speaking right before me. And after the talk, he was talking about kind of confessing, Jeremiah, it's so hard to keep up with everything going on online. What are people tweeting about me? What are they saying in my comments? And this is a guy that has a YouTube channel with over 1 billion views. So talk about stress, right? And I don't know about you, but the way that I approach digital marketing is I approach it from a place of control, meaning I don't let that stuff control me. I have a life. I control digital media or social media. So if you're somebody that wants to stop the overwhelm, or you approach this method of marketing from a place of control and power, go ahead, put the word control in the question box right now, because I want to know who's with me in terms of not being overwhelmed by this technology, but really just harnessing it so you have a real life. Jen goes, yes, enough already. Nice, Jen. James and Ted, Ron, Billy, Lisa says control. Lena, Sandy. Okay, you guys, Moses, excellent. You're on the same page as I am. So let me tell you why this is different today. First, everything I'm about to teach you works in our industry, works in the insurance and financial sector. It's not based on theory or guesswork or somebody reading a couple of books and then saying, hey, this would be cool in insurance. It's based on real world experiments generating over $300 million in commissions. It's a form of social selling, which requires a combination of really one of the most common communication tools today, which is email. Now think about it. How many of you didn't know about me before that email came across your desk? right? Put me if you didn't know about me, you didn't know about my name, my book, or anything like that. Yeah, quite a few of you, right? So for many of you, this is the first time we get a chance to engage with each other. Leslie, Jan, Kim, Sandy, Edward, Brian, it's a pleasure to meet you. So, and how did that all happen? It happened through the tool that we most commonly use today, email. Sadly, though, this powerful tool often gets overlooked in the age of hype and shiny objects. What's interesting, and there's a fact that you should know, but maybe even write down the next time you get distracted. McKinsey did a study recently that showed that when they took the ROI from Facebook and Twitter and they put it together, the ROI from those two powerful social channels was 40 times lower than email. So I don't know about you, but if I have $1 to spend, I want to put it in a place where I put $1 in and I'm going to get 40 out. Now, by the way, if you stick around to the end, I've got a special gift for everyone, something that'll help you write better quality emails and get more people to open them. And at the end of the class today, I'm going to offer an opportunity to a limited number of you. Now, I believe in full transparency in everything I do. My father also taught me that when you do a deal with someone, you got to look them in the eye. So here's what I want to tell you up front, right? I don't want to sneak in a sales pitch at the end. But I want to tell you up front that, look, I have an opportunity for a limited number of people. And my goal today is really deliver massive value. I want to give you stuff that's so valuable, you would have been willing to pay money to be at this session today. I frankly give away 98% of my stuff for free. And the difference is that my free stuff is better than most people's paid stuff. So here I'm going to show up and prove it. But if I do that and I deliver on my end, all I ask is for your permission to make an offer at the end. So if that sounds good to you, if that's a fair deal, go ahead and put deal in the question box and we'll get started. We'll jump into the training. All right, so let's see. Do we have a deal? Okay, already it's coming all in. Cornell, Leslie, James, Billy, Lisa, Janet, Sandy. Okay, all right, guys, we got a deal. By the way, fantastic engagement, guys. I really appreciate that. That makes me want to really dive deeper into some of these ideas. Okay, so, maybe some of you read my bio, the TED Talks and the hundreds of millions in commissions and all that good stuff. But I just want to tell you, I'm really an ordinary guy. I just happen to have made a ton of mistakes, maybe more mistakes than most would even stomach. And it has to do because I was hired as like employee number 6. I just came down from Montreal, so I had a visa to work in Chicago, and this little startup needed leads. And so they hired me, and they said, basically, you got to generate leads for us, and if you don't, we'll find someone that can. And not wanting to have to be deported, I was like, okay, I better figure out how to do this. My background is actually printing, believe it or not. So I was like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I don't have an education in marketing. I have no marketing degree. I never even knew anybody that was good in marketing. But what I did is I went out and I studied a ton of books back in the day here. The internet was just starting to get going here. I tried to find any blogs or any books that could help me with this. And I found this incredible research on the psychology of words and how to use them with email. Because email was free and I could use it, and they didn't even give me a budget, so I had to make do. It's an amazing thing that happens when you get paid only for results. You all of a sudden become very good at eliminating all the fluff and only focus on what's going to drive a result. So when I found a technique that worked, what I did is I would document it, and then I would try sharing it with a few people just to see if it was a fluke or if it really worked. And then I started to share it over and over again and share it with other people like this guy, Paul, who is a financial advisor out of Houston, who currently has been enjoying 300 appointments in the last 6 months, only using 2 things, LinkedIn and email. In fact, I talked to him a couple months ago. He's doing 3 appointments a day now, and he does them all through Skype because he doesn't have time to run around the city. Or maybe you resonate a little bit like Bill. Bill's a really nice guy out of Jacksonville. He sells insurance. He didn't even have a LinkedIn profile when he was introduced to this concept. But in the first 3 months, he made $35,000 in commissions. He added 2 agents to his agency in 8 months and has had 300 appointments in the last 6 months. Alan out of Milwaukee, again, really nice guy, financial advisor, 237 appointments in the last 6 months. Again, using two tools, LinkedIn and email. So although you may have heard of me, and some people have, I had this guy who's the president of one of the biggest life insurance associations come up to me a couple months ago at an event I was speaking at. And he goes, Jeremiah, you're like the overnight success. You're everywhere. I'm just like, yeah, the overnight success that took 14 years. So I've had the privilege of sharing this message on Fox News. I gave a TED Talk on how marketing is accessible to everybody. I travel the country teaching top advisors, and I've been asked by some of the top marketing experts in the world, such as Jay Abraham, to come to his seminars to teach others what I know. And I'm very grateful for that. So let me ask you this, folks. Tell me yes in the question box if any of these sound like you, because I want to make sure that you clearly identify what your core marketing challenge is, because if you can do that, it's going to give a really good foundation for the strategies I'm going to teach you. So are you noticing that your emails are not getting the replies they used to in your prospecting endeavors? Have you noticed that maybe you're being overlooked by potential clients that you could really serve? Are you noticing that you're looking the same as other advisors? Meaning I could swap out your headshot with any other advisor on LinkedIn and you guys would basically look the same. You have a lower number of referrals. You're not getting enough leads. You have an empty calendar, or if it's not empty, it's empty of revenue producing activities, meaning you're not seeing the steady stream of people who actually want to talk to you. Instead, you're the one who's chasing them down. As a result, you spend more than you should on marketing, and your marketing methods are not converting as high, so you can't meet your key performance indicators to move your business forward. Now, let's see if we can resonate with Andy goes, oh yeah, yes. Yeah, okay, tons of yeses. All right, everybody pretty much, Jan says, I don't currently use email marketing, but I would like to. Very good. Well, I'm glad that you're here because that's exactly what you're going to learn. Now, just a little bit about me. This is the last kind of slide about me. This is a picture of me and my wife. And my wife and I travel the world. We spend about 6 to 9 months out of the year in volunteer service. We give of our time to victims of drug abuse, orphans, refugees. You see me here. I was with some children in South America. And I used to live actually on the most dangerous part of Chicago, the Chirac. Maybe you see it in the news there. And that's where I met this friendly guy, Richard. Wonderful man, but huge and very intimidating to be in front of. I mean, I'm tall, but he's taller than I am and about maybe 70 pounds heavier. And he was not only addicted to heroin, but he was selling it. And so he was a dealer. And I got to tell you, it was pretty intimidating to help out a guy like that. And frankly, I didn't always know if I would have the right answer. I didn't know if I'd always say the right thing to help him out of whatever he was going through. But I've learned that when it comes to helping people, as it is to helping businesses, the key is really about not giving up. And I share that story with you. And I have a picture of Richard here because today he's been clean and sober for many years. And he's actually back on the street now. But he was so inspired by his journey that he's out looking for people that he can help to clean up their lives just like he did. So I tell that for two reasons. Number one, some of the things I'm going to share with you today may require, just like I did, for you to step outside your comfort zone. And I want to encourage you that if you see something like that, just get yourself a little bit of courage and push through it and give it a try. Okay? Don't give up on yourself. And then secondly, that the only reason I can do all these things and spend all this time is because I have systems in place that I control. I couldn't do this if I didn't have a systematized process that could run even if I wasn't around. So that's what I want to show you the core elements of today. So the 5 secrets I'm going to go into touch on the use of email, the use of LinkedIn, and the use of power connecting strategies. And let's talk about the first one, email. Now, how many of you, because here's a fascinating statistic from Aberdeen Group, I just love this one. because it showed that 62% of the salespeople they interviewed who didn't use inbound social selling missed their quotas. That is incredible. Like if you're looking for one statistic or one proof point that all salespeople who didn't hit their numbers have in common, this is pretty close to it, right? I mean, over half. So tell me, how many of you, I'm not going to read your name, but how many of you, honestly, missed your quota last year? Like you had a goal and you missed it. Maybe it was 100 grand, maybe 250, maybe 5, maybe it was a million. I don't know. Like, did you miss it? Go ahead and put miss. Okay. All right. All right. I see some of your names coming in. Okay. Very good. And listen, guys, I want to commend you because that takes a lot of courage. Somebody says, I'm new. I don't even have a quota. Lisa says, I'm brand new. Okay. So we got some newbies. Very good. Well, for the newbies in the audience, this is going to be really helpful because this will teach you how to accelerate the growth of your sales right out of the gate. So you don't have time to learn a whole bunch of bad practices and then unlearn them. This will really helpful. For those of you that have been in the game for a while, don't worry because these strategies are things you can layer on top of things you're already doing, and you don't need to know a lot of technical stuff, okay? I'm going to show you 2 things today, maybe one little tool, and this is really all you need to create the foundation. All right, now write this down. This is the first technique I'm going to teach you. It's SAC. I call it SAC. It's how to write compelling emails. You got to have emails with SAC. Okay, write it down, SAC. And SAC stands for short, ask only one question, and conversational. Short, ask only one question, and conversational. SAC. The reason why my SAC strategy works so well, especially in this industry, is because every human being has this little part of their brain called the amygdala. The amygdala was designed to help us respond quickly to events. So you notice what happens when you're working away, you're in the zone, you're like, man, I'm getting so much done. And then boom, you get a text message. All of a sudden you get derailed. Or boom, somebody messages you on Facebook, right? Or boom, you get an email pop-up from Outlook that you have a new thing in your inbox. And what happens? You go down the rabbit hole. That's the amygdala at work. Now, there's nothing we can do to control the amygdalas of our prospects, but what we can do as smart financial marketers is we can use it to our advantage. And by doing so with email. So let me give you 2 emails. One of them does not interrupt the amygdala. The other one does and actually gets a response. Let's turn our focus to the email on the right for a second. So do you have anybody in your book right now or in your funnel that you met with, came to a seminar, saw a presentation, everything looked wonderful, but they stopped communicating with you? They didn't close the deal? And more often than not, we write one of these long, grovelly emails, don't we? It goes something like this. Hi, Jim. We're always working on ways to improve. And conversations with prospective clients like you are essential to the success of our business. I recently spoke with you about our service, and at the time it seemed as if we fit your needs. Since then, however, my attempts to reach you have failed. No matter the reason for the halt in communication, I hope that you would feel comfortable in telling me if we are not a fit. Would you let me know if this is still an opportunity you're interested in pursuing? If not, I completely understand and I wish you all the best. Respectfully, Jeremiah. Now let's be honest. How many of us have ever read or written an email that is grovelly like this? Okay, a lot of you are chiming in. Yeah. Okay, a lot of us have, right? Hey, I did the same thing. I used to do the same thing until I knew about SAC. Now, what about this one? This is a SAC email. Hi, Jim. You went a little radio silent. Would you like to discuss this or back burner? Best, Jeremiah. Now, which of these 2 emails, left or right, cast your vote, strikes you as an agent or an advisor who is in control, in demand, and somebody you actually want to do business with? Left or right? Cast your vote. Yeah, okay, all of you are saying left, right? Of course, that is the SAC email. So that's the first swipe I want to give you. Take this email and send it to anybody that has blown you off in the last 30 to 60 days, okay? Give it a try. I tried it recently. It worked fantastically, even for doing big deals. Okay, let me give you another strategy. This is going to be secret number 2. It's the one-line email, and it is dripping with SAC strategy. What you want to do is the following. You're going to make a list of all your prospects in the system. So this would be anybody that knows about you, knows what you do, and at some point interacted with you, okay? You should not send this to your clients, please, okay? This is not going to work for your clients. Send them to people who are your prospects. Load them into your email tool, so MailChimp, Constant Contact, whatever, and then send them this one single email. Now, this is the email that Lynn sent at the very beginning. This is the email that generated the $250,000 in commissions. Okay, not premium, commissions. Do you want to see it? Give me a yes if you want to see it. Okay, here you go. You can use the subject line first name, which is the most beautiful word in the English language to that person, or use the subject line quick question. Be sure to use it in lowercase because it looks more conversational. That's the SAC strategy. Now, the body of the email is super simple. John, do you still need help with financial planning? Do you still need help with your insurance? Do you still need help with your 401k? Whatever it is that you offer, that's what goes on the line. Afterwards, you put your standard signature block. Do not write anything else. Don't try to get clever. I had a carrier who used it, who said, Jeremiah, this is going to be great. We're going to send it out to 10,000 people. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to keep all of our reps busy. But they thought they would be cute about it. And underneath the line, they said, because we do critical illness, we do limited death, we do this, we do this, we do this. Guess how many deals they got? 0, because it looked like a marketing email. You need to send this email like it's a text message, okay? The simpler and the less formatting, the better. All right, so that's what I want you to do. Now, does this email work for people other than Lynn, who made the $250,000? Absolutely. One agent sent this out, got 8 contracts in 24 hours, making him $10,000. Another one sent it out, got 324 leads in 2 days. Yet another made $8,000 in commissions in 2 weeks. If you have a small email list, let's let his example encourage you. This gentleman here had a list of 61. In my opinion, one of the world's smallest email lists in insurance. He sent them the email. He got 47 replies. Of them, he set up 37 appointments. Look at all the policies he sold. He ended up with 29 new clients, quite a few purchasing more than one. So it works. People send me pictures of all the deals they close after they use it. So let's move this into action mode, okay? I still have 3 more secrets to give you, but I'd like to hear from you. What's the first step you think you need to take to implement this when you get back to work? After you finish the class today, what's the first step you need to take to implement when you get back? Go ahead and tell me, what is the first step? James, assemble my email list. Very good. Jenny, make a list of prospects. Very good. Leslie, go through the list with my advisor and send out the email. Wonderful. Ted says update. Okay, good. You guys really got it. Most of you just need to identify your prospects or set up the list. Very good. Now, somebody is asking a smart question. So Sandy, you said, but this is a closed-ended question. Couldn't that invite a quick no? Absolutely. The whole goal of this is to shake the tree, right? Most of the people are not ready for what you offer. But this is a quick shake the tree email, which will have one of 3 things happens. They'll say no, they'll say nothing, or they'll say yes, at which point, there's processes to take them, then you follow your process. You can get them on the phone, you can use one of my scripts and whatever it is. Okay, awesome guys. Give yourselves a high five because you just made it through the first 2 secrets. Let's keep going because we're almost halfway there. Now, the next strategy we're going to look at is LinkedIn. Now, I want to customize this part of the training. Let me see here. So I've got this. Let's see if it's going to work here. Now, let's do this. In the question box right now, could you tell me what is your core line of business? I want to know, what do you sell? Like, is it life? Is it AUM? Is it retirement planning, financial services. Just go ahead, your primary line. Don't tell me everything. Just what do you mainly sell? Life and health, life annuities, life, income planning, retirement, life, med subs, 403b, IUL, financial. Okay, this is great, guys, because this is exactly going to help you out. This is one of my insider strategies. People who work with me personally at the $5,000 to $10,000 a month level. These are the kinds of strategies I work with, and these are the people I work with. So I'm going to give you one of the playbook strategies out of that. So now, LinkedIn did a study recently where they surveyed the people on LinkedIn, and they found that 9 out of 10 of them use an agent or a broker. So I don't know about you, but if I'm going to choose one social network that's simple to use, that 90% of the people are working with an agent or are comfortable to the idea, that's where I want to go, right? I don't want to spend time where 20% or 30% are. And then LinkedIn did something fascinating. Kudos to them. They went out and they interviewed agents and brokers and they asked them, how has LinkedIn worked for you? 43%, can you imagine, found a new client. A new potential client. 43% generated an opportunity and 31 got a meeting. 30, just under that, 30% found a new client. How unbelievable is that, right? Simply using LinkedIn. Now, I'm sure most of you are on LinkedIn. And if you are, feel free to connect with me. I'm an open connector. But how many of you actually made money from LinkedIn? It's probably because you don't know the strategies you're going to learn today. I had one guy, he'd never make this dime off of LinkedIn. He tried the idea, sent it out to 20 people, got 4 leads from it, and he got an appointment leading to a commission of $8,000 to $10,000. I love LinkedIn, especially for my life, retirement planners, financial planners, because this is where upper management lives, 45% of them, right? They have 3 times higher incomes than Facebook users, and 80% of B2B leads come from LinkedIn. Now, I want to show you the strategy. Would you guys prefer me to show you by slides, or would you rather look over my shoulder and actually go into my account and show you what I do step by step? So tell me, do you put slides or shoulder? Slides or shoulder? Which one do you want me to do? Okay, everyone's saying go over your shoulder. Okay. Somebody says, sorry for the caps. No problem, George. Takes a lot more to offend me than that. All right, guys, I'm over here on LinkedIn. I kind of figured you on over the shoulder. So I'm just hitting refresh so you see this is live. Okay, so we're going to move some stuff around. Now, the first step is to identify a title, a business title that we want to go after. CEO, CFO, manager, director, supervisor, whatever it is. And we need a big city name if we're going to use the free account, right? Most of you probably have a free account. That's cool. So go ahead. I want to know the name of a big city, where you sell, and a title. Whoever has those 2 in the question box, I'll grab yours, and then we'll do an experiment with that, okay? So give me the name of the title, like CEO and whatever, and a city where you're close to, okay? I can't do just the city. I've got to do, okay, so here we go. We've got George. Let's do San Diego, George. George is going after HR folks, okay? So let's do this. So watch carefully, folks. I'm in the search bar, but I'm not going to type anything here. I'm actually going to go down here, search for people with filters. And then over here, I'm going to find my city under locations. Again, the reason I asked for a large city is because if you have a small town, you can't search that in LinkedIn. It's not going to allow you. You have to upgrade to Sales Navigator. But I'm trying to give you guys some free stuff here so you can get going. I'm going to remove my first connections. And I'm going to use the keyword HR Director. And it's going to do a search, and it's going to show me 11, okay? Now, you're like, wait a minute, Jeremiah, is there only 11 HR directors in San Diego? No. The whole reason why they're showing you only a fraction of the results is because you're using it for free, right? The whole play behind Microsoft buying LinkedIn for several $billion is so that they can monetize this little icon here, Sales Navigator, $79 a month. And trust me, if you're going to be serious about this, it's totally worth it. Let me show you why. You go down here and you click on View Results in Sales Navigator, which I have an account. Remember I had 11 results? Now I got 51,000. Okay, 51,000 results in that area. So I'm definitely going to want to reduce that significantly. Like I can go down here and say, okay, I want to change the range. I want to maybe companies 50 to 200. Okay, that's a little more reasonable. 6,000 people. Okay, that's much better. Now I can start, nailing stuff down. Okay, now notice it shows me people that have different roles today: president, CIO, co-founder, which means at some point they may have had the keyword HR director. So I might have to just type that in again and just remind, because many times LinkedIn will do some funny stuff in their searches. Awesome. This is even better because these are people who are actively have this in their titles. I might even take out the word director and just do HR and see how many HR professionals at companies between 50 and 200. Awesome, 480. Is that a good starting point, George? Okay, so now you might have a free account. That's cool. I'm going to show you how to do this. You're going to blow through the numbers fast, but watch how I do it. So what you want to do is, if the people are right, you want to click on their profiles, right? So you click on their profile, you take a look, make sure they're a good fit, right? Please don't do batch and blast. LinkedIn is going to ban you, and deservedly so. Make it a place of professional connections. And then when I realize, okay, this is somebody that I can really help, I'm going to hit the connect button. And then I'm going to add a personal note that talks about, hey, I noticed we're both working in the same city, in the same industry. I thought it wouldn't hurt to connect. Something really nice. That was secret number 3, right? Okay. Something really nice. Use the common city as a connection point, and that's a secret to get high engagements. Now, that's kind of long to keep going through and connecting and going through and connecting. So let me show you guys secret number 4. This is a super ninja way to get email addresses using a little plugin. You notice how I have this little checkbox right here? Well, this little tool allows me to scour their email addresses. It doesn't scrape it. What it does is it uses an algorithm to try to find 36 different possible permutations of their email address with a 70% accuracy. Check it out. In 5 seconds, I got 10 emails. I go to my dashboard, I grab my emails, and I drop them into my system, and I start prospecting them. How sweet was that, guys, right? These little plugins that allow you to do so much and save so much time. So instead of going through the whole process of waiting for them to connect with me, I can just go ahead and I can grab their email address. All right, so we're doing great, guys. Let me give you a really important number. This is secret number 5, the LinkedIn leverage methodology. I have a whole system I teach about this, but today I'm just going to give you 2 of the core elements so you don't get into trouble with LinkedIn. Some of you are going to get so geeked out about grabbing these email addresses. I want you to be careful, because the 2 numbers you need to remember are 50 connections a day and 10 daily outreaches. If you have a free account, do not go over 50 connects per day. You got to stick to 50, otherwise LinkedIn will think you're spamming. And secondly, once people connect with you, you should get about a 30% response. Send 10 of them every day a prospecting message. Okay, I don't know what it is you sell personally, but there's a whole bunch of different templates and strategies that you can use. Okay, now let me give you secret number 6. Actually, I'm going to give you more than what I told you. Surprise! I like to over deliver. Secret number 6 is the 4-step goodwill campaign. Now here's a little campaign you could try if you like to give value to people. Okay, now let me ask you this. When somebody shows up and just gives you, but doesn't expect anything, right? Like maybe gives you value through email or through a webinar, or you come to a seminar and they teach you such great stuff. How do you feel towards somebody, or maybe somebody in your family, right? Super generous. Aunt Betty comes over, she's always bringing muffins over, right? How do you feel towards generous people? I'm looking for a specific answer. Let's see. How do you feel when people are generous towards you? Go ahead and tell me your answer in the question box. Warm, says Andy. Very good. Appreciative, says George. Grateful, says Billy. Kim, says Billy. Grateful. Oh, there, Dave, there you go. Give back. Jan, nailed it. Reciprocal. Okay, both of you, very good. Jenny, feeling like I have to reciprocate. I want to be generous back, says Leslie. Thankful and owing them something, says Tony. Appreciative, pleased, want to reciprocate, says Sandy. Very good, very good. You guys nail it. You guys are probably go-givers because you understand this concept, right? And there's no, fully transparent here. I'm giving you guys so much value here today, stuff you would have paid to be on this webinar, but I'm giving it to you for free. Why? Because I think that some of you will want to join me in one of my programs. And if you don't, awesome. I just gave you so much great stuff. Maybe down the road you want to work with me. If not, I hope my stuff makes a huge difference in your life and business, and I wish you the best, right? So imagine the feeling that you have today. Imagine that all your prospects have that feeling. So let me show you a way that you can do that through email. All right. So let's say you connect with somebody or you get their email. The first email you're going to send them is value. Something simple, right? Like, hey, John, I work with other HR directors in the area, and a lot of them appreciate this article that I shared with them. I thought you would appreciate it as the director over there at ABC Company. I hope it helps you in your role. Sincerely, George. And this could be a link to a blog post. You don't even have to write the article, okay? It's good if you did, but if not, it's okay. Find an article that works for them. Find an article from SHRM or Fortune or Forbes or one of your industry publications and share that article. You guys can share my articles, right? I have articles on LinkedIn about marketing. You guys can take those and share it with people. Say, hey, I was just on this guy's webinar. I thought it was great. I got some cool ideas. I thought it'd be helpful for you. Here you go. Here's a link. Hope that helps, right? Anything that you think would help your ideal prospect. Then about 4 days later, you're going to reach out again and you're going to give them another piece of value. You're going to say, hey, I just found this other article, or I found this study about HR professionals and I thought you'd like it. Hope it helps. Third email. Is there a sales pitch? No. Same thing. You're going to give them value, a study, an article, a video, something of that nature. And then finally you go for the ask, but you only go for the ask after you've given value. Okay, that's my proprietary 4-step goodwill campaign. I have 9 different campaigns in one of my programs. So this is the email, right? Gift number 7. Okay, secret number 7, the nurturing approach. Here's the script. Thought you might like this is the subject line. Hi, John, I just posted an article that shows how CEOs can improve their employee retention. I'd love to get your thoughts on it as a local CEO. Give them the link. Okay, again, don't sell, just give. Now, this gentleman here tried this approach, been in the business less than a year. In 45 days, he was meeting with a brand new CFO every week. Not bad for a young guy. Or maybe you're more like Jeff, one of my other private clients. 1 new meeting a week with the CEO every week since he started doing a combination of LinkedIn and cold email. In 90 days, he closed $350,000, not in premium, but in commissions. So if you found value in this training, I'm going to come back on camera to make sure you did. So those were the secrets. I promised you 5, but I gave you 7. So I'd like your permission, if I delivered massive value today, I'd like your permission to go ahead and make you an offer. I know it's not for everybody, and of course you have the right to decline it, but do I have your permission to go ahead and make you an offer right now? Go ahead and put the word deal in the question box, and that'll tell me that it is time that I can share this with you. Awesome. Okay, Ted, Dave, Scott, Kevin, James, lots of Jameses here. Dave, Randy. Okay. All right, guys, we're ready to go here. So if you found value in this training, which I'm so glad you did, your next step is to join me in a new marketing club, which is designed for insurance professionals and financial advisors. It's called the Shift Insurance Marketing Club, and it's designed as a companion that is a living, breathing update to the book. It gives you front-of-line access to the latest tools, techniques, and strategies as I discover them. So for example, last week I discovered a little loophole in LinkedIn that allowed me to get 30,000 views on my post. I got 200 new connections, and I got several different sales out of the deal, all from a post that took me 10 minutes to do. I just discovered that week. I couldn't put it in the book, so guess what? It's in the club. Inside my club, it's not just me. You get access to mentors and experts who also will give you shortcuts. I have a New York Times best-selling author who teaches you how to get a best-selling book written in 90 days. I have people like Jay Abraham who consult Tony Robbins, who have content in there. We have people who are the top productivity experts to show you how to shave off 5 hours of 5 hours of waste in your agency every single week using just 3 different technology tools. So it's not just about me, it's about all of us. Proven systems and templates that you can follow, literally copy and paste. And included are like-minded advisors just like you. We have templates and guides to help weed out the shiny objects. So if you're somebody that, finds you chase down a rabbit hole anytime you see a cool blog post or Facebook post or whatever about one little technique, you get totally derailed. This will help you stay focused. And of course, people love when I give them little hacks and techniques that you can use to get results even faster. So if that sounds like you, let's find out how we can fill your calendar with quality introductions and meetings every month with affluent buyers. Let's work together in the club to build your first marketing lead magnet to help generate leads on autopilot. And then let me coach you how to create your first marketing funnel so that prospects pre-qualify themselves before they even speak with you. This will help to eliminate a lot of the tire kickers that we're dealing with today, where you feel like you're chasing them down, like you're that insurance agent person that's chasing them down, right? I don't think any of us want to ever be seen like that person, but instead have people chase you. And then let me show you how to turn your current list into meetings. And let me show you how to do that this month. So here's what happens next. Once you enroll in the club, you have access instantly to all the training to help you laser target your prospects, generate leads. We have a full library of industry-leading white papers. Some of them I quoted from earlier. We have papers from the leading researchers like Pew and Jupiter. We have one paper, incidentally, that showed how one agency increased their sales by 300% by simply using a single piece of technology. And you can find out what that is. We have playbook trainings and a full Q&A section. So when you get confused, when you get overwhelmed, all you need to do is just go to the members area, ask a question. I will be there to help you. My team will be there to help you, and the fellow members will be there to help you. Now, here's what else you get as part of the club. Every month, I release a brand new playbook training, which is a full training that's over an hour long. Every day, you have access to me and my team through the private members area. We also have a private Facebook group where you can network with other marketing savvy agents to support, share, and cheer each other on. You can take the content as fast or as slow as you want. A lot of people simply become members of the club because they want to know the latest stuff as it happens so you don't miss out. Maybe that's like you. And some of the tools that I've shared today on the class, there's many more, we have exclusive discounts for that I refer to in the book, but also in my private trainings. You get access to those same discounts. And of course, how do you scale these ideas so that you're not the one doing them, but they can take little time every day, 15 to 20 minutes, you've got your marketing machine in order. And the club teaches you how to do that. Even outsource the whole thing for $6.48 an hour. We can show you how to get that done. So we have a special webinar only offer for people who are associated with Insurance WebEx, a great organization. All webinar attendees get instant access for a special low one-time price. Now, the regular rate for the marketing club is $197 a month, which is a real bargain in my opinion, especially when you compare it to my programs that run a minimum of $5,000 all the way to $100,000 to work with me. But we're going to do something special today. For the first 20 that come on the call today, that's again, the first 20 people who are on the call, you can get it for $1 for 30 days. So I want you to try the club first, okay? I'm going to go one step further and just keep adding value to you. All you owe today is $1. So you check out, it's $1, and then for a full 30 days, I want you to go in. I want you to download all the templates. I want you to join the Facebook group. I want you to ask me questions. I want you to try things. I want you to make money with them. I want you to get appointments with them. Then, and only then, if you love it, stick around for just $67 a month for the special Insurance WebEx folks. Now, if that sounds like you, let me show you what you need to do right now. You see there's a link at the bottom of the screen. It's www.theshiftnation.com/WebEx. Again, theshiftnation.com/WebEx. Let's make it easy for you. I'm going to put something in the chat button right now. So if you go to your chat, you should see a link there, right? I just put it in chat. Go ahead, click on that link. Let me take you there today, and let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so you may want to do this with me, okay? So if you have any questions, I can help you out. Okay, so you see my screen? So here you have the Insurance Marketing Club. If you're having a problem checking out, just go ahead and call us. One of my staff, Jasmine, is standing by. She can totally help you out. The 888 number is toll free up here. Again, just to reconfirm, this is where you start your 100% risk-free trial for just $1 for 30 days during the special launch, then just $67 a month, which means you're getting this at 60% off. You can cancel anytime. If at any point this club stops serving you, no games, no gimmicks, go ahead and just cancel. But I'm willing to bet that after the 30 days, you're going to want to stick around for a long time. This is where you insert your billing information. So this is what you have associated with your credit card. This is where you put your payment information. And again, just to confirm, it's just $1 today, okay? There's nothing funny, and you just complete your purchase. You can also check out with PayPal. A couple of things I forgot to mention is that there's about $12,000 worth of courses and video trainings inside. You get additional rare, hard to find scripts, templates, and email swipes. We also help people from all lines of insurance. So it's not just people who are life or annuity or financial services. In my mind, I think that's very limited thinking. The reason is we are all marketing to either businesses or consumers. I don't care what product you're selling. And the reason why most advisors today fail is they refuse to listen to other people. They think, well, I only want to know what's working with IULs. Well, okay, then go out and compete with all the other guys who are doing IULs who are asking themselves the same thing. Instead, what I do is my approach is more macro. I say, okay, what's working in other places? Can we test it? Can we prove it? Can we model it? Can we scale it? Okay, here's a new system for you. And that's what you get in the club. You'll get your monthly marketing systems with step-by-step guides, live monthly office hours where you can ask us questions. We come on live. We also have business growth interviews with top producers, influencers, and coaches. These are really cool, actually, because every month I bring on an expert for an Ask Me Anything. We call them AMAs. And there you can ask them anything you want. These are people that charge $500 to $5,000 an hour to work with them. But because of my connections, and I coach some of those people, they have asked me if they can teach my team just in order to give back. So if you're in, go ahead and tell me you're in. Put in, I'm in the question box, so I know that you are in if you're one of the first 20. I'm also going to, don't forget, I have a special gift for you for those that are sticking around. And of course, I want to take some time to answer your questions, guys, while we have time. So if you're in, go ahead. All right, James, Tony, George, Ted, Ed, Ron, Dave, Nira, awesome. Jen, this is fantastic. Great. In, says Billy. Already signed up, says Chris. I'm in, says Brian. Ron, Cornell, Richard, Kevin. Awesome. I'm a member, says Brian. Beautiful. Love it, guys. Wow. Perfect, Moses. Excellent, Leslie. Already paid, says Dave. Awesome, guys. Really, really grateful for you, and I know you're going to have a wonderful time in our club. So, Jen, you're asking a great question. Hey, this is fantastic. How long to make a decision? You have to decide now. You can always come back and pay the full $197 a month. You're still going to get, tons of value. But the Sales Navigator cost is not, you don't have to worry about Sales Navigator. We have other techniques, but just so you know, if you are asking about how much does it cost, Sales Navigator is $79 a month, and you just pay that directly to LinkedIn if you're going to use the LinkedIn strategies, okay? I just want to be clear, You don't need Sales Navigator to be a member of the club, Jan. Today is just $1, okay? $1, 30 days, no games, okay? All right, guys, so let me jump back because I just want to reaffirm what this is all about. So again, to clear up any confusion, join today for just $1 trial for 30 days. If you love it, it's just $67 a month at the preferred rate. No contract, cancel anytime. However, I believe that once you join, you will absolutely love it. And again, I'm even going to guarantee your dollar, okay? It's my 100% risk-free guarantees. 30-day, use it and abuse it. I want you to download every lesson, watch all the videos, do all the checklists, do all the workflows, ask me unlimited questions in the members area, and really maximize the program all at my risk for a full 30 days. If you don't like it, you get a full refund, period, and we can still be friends. Okay, I'm going to leave the domain, the link there right at the bottom. Again, the first 20 are going to get in, and I think we might be close to 20. So again, if you're one of the first 20, you're gonna see it for $1. If you're not, the price will go up. So make sure you don't delay, don't hesitate, just get it done. Okay, I'm gonna stick around, guys, because I want to make sure that I answer all your questions. And some people are saying, let's see. All right, so let me know if you have questions, folks. Okay, thank you, says Brian. Awesome, you're very welcome. I'm not sure if this would help me, says Jan, especially as an independent. Jan, this is actually 90% of our folks are independent that are part of the club because they don't have access to training and solutions and strategies as captive agents do. They're kind of on their own. So they found a home and a community and other people that they can meet, share, and network with. So as an independent firm, then I think it's actually perfect for you. Most of our folks, Leslie, Jan, are independent. Looks like Leslie, you too are independent. Hey, you know what? Give it a try for $1, right? I mean, I'm not going to try to hard sell you on $1. So if this, try it for $1, browse around, take a look. If it's not for you, just say, look, I'm independent, and for whatever reason it didn't work. Not a problem. Okay, Cornell, no, not Cornell, sorry. Cornell, thanks for having a copy of my book. Appreciate it. Hope it helps you out. My thing is I can't contact my prospects because they are Medicare, and I can only contact them via direct mail. Cool. We actually have some trainings in there. What if you wrote a book, Jan, on how to take the myth out of Medicare? And you figured out a way how to get that book written without even writing a word and turn it around in less than a week and use it as something you can direct mail prospects, or you can send a reply card. How would you like to get my free book, Taking the Myth Out of Medicare? It can be very short. It can be to the point. Well, we have a $5,000 program inside the club that will teach you exactly how to do that, Jan, so that you can get that book out there. And it was written by New York Times bestselling author, okay, who has 3 New York Times bestsellers. So if anybody can show you how to do it, you can do it too. And we'll show you how to do that with a simple app on your phone and get that done in less than a week. Dan, write to support. Let me, with your question. And let's see, Jan says, thank you, you are welcome. So Dan, I'm gonna put a support email in the group chat. Just write to them with your question and tell them I said it's fine, okay? Let's see, James, I've been selling 403Bs to educators. Now I have about 68 prospects who did not choose to go with me yet. I'm thinking email or phone calls this summer while they're off. I don't have personal emails for most, but some ideas of strategies on how best to connect. Well, James, use what you got, right? Send out the email to those that you have. Call the people that you have as well. You may even want to look at a cool technology called ringless voicemail, where you can load phone numbers, and the technology will actually drop a voicemail right in their voicemail without their phone ringing. And you can drop them a voicemail, so when they get your message, they call you back. So again, don't overcomplicate it. Use different methods in order to do that. Leslie, let him know that many teachers still check their work email during the summer. Hey, you know what? That is a great example of what happens in the club. Leslie, thank you. So here you go. Somebody had a question, and then somebody else had a suggestion. So Leslie said, hey, try this. That's what happens in our Facebook group. People post a question, hey guys, I'm wondering about doing this. What do you think? Boom, all these people come to your help and aid. I mean, I don't know where else you can go and get that kind of engagement and help where people just have your best interests at heart. So fantastic, man. High five to you, Leslie, and thank you for being a go-giver like that, just coming up and helping one of your fellow advisors. Beautiful. James, that product is called Ringless Voicemail. Okay, Ringless Voicemail. All right. Very good, guys. Well, we only have a little bit of time left here. Actually, we're at the top of the hour. So if you have any other questions, hit me up right now. Otherwise, we're going to close it out. And I'm going to start working with all the people that are in our club, because I'm just so excited to work with a group of folks like this that are engaged, that want to help others, and that want to support each other. So welcome to all the people who are in. If you're in, make sure you go ahead and you register. theshiftnation.com/WebEx. theshiftnation.com/WebEx. Again, it is just $1 for 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, you can stick around, which I think you will. And if so, it's just $67 a month. Okay? So go ahead. Everybody that's in, go ahead and make sure you put I'm in, because I want to make sure you're one of the first 20, because I don't want your spot to go to anybody else. Okay? All right, because I'll make sure I do a quick audit here. Okay, so while I'm doing that, let me just welcome a few folks. I want to say welcome to Yasmin. Yasmin out of Stuart, Florida. Welcome to you. You're definitely in the top 20. Richard Jacobs out of Las Vegas. Welcome to you. Congratulations on having you on board. Ron D out of Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome, Ron. Excited to have you on board. Robert D also out of Las Vegas. Hey, you'll have somebody you can network with over there. Ridge Cooper out of Audubon, Pennsylvania. Welcome to you. Excited to have you there. Kevin K. Kevin K out of, where are you here? Oh, Minden, N-E. Wonderful. We got Richard here. Richard's here out of Oakland. Welcome to you, Richard. We got Kevin here out of Orange, Orange, California. Beautiful. Glad to have you on board. Wonderful. Man, we're just getting so many great folks on board today. This is great, guys. So, excellent, guys. Well, let's see. Oh, if you guys are having problems getting your password, sometimes it takes a few minutes. But if you have an issue, I put an email there, support@agencygrowthacademy.com. You can also call that call that number that was on the screen. Just click back on the link, and in the top right-hand corner, there's a phone number you can call, and then you can do that. Let's see. I'm in a moment, says Andy. Very good. In now, says Andy. Jan says I'm in. Awesome. Andy Mose, I think is how I say your name. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Very good. All right, guys. Let's see. What's George saying here? Awesome. Thanks. Look forward to working with you and your club. Awesome, George. Looking forward to having you. Very good, guys. Hey, listen. Thank you so much for being a part of today's special class. I hope I added tremendous value to you. If you had an issue, let me put the phone number back up there. If you guys had an issue there, write this down in case I'm going to close the webinar in a sec. It's 888-675-8529. 888-675-8529, extension 704. You could also email us at support@agencygrowthacademy.com. Support@agencygrowthacademy.com. And if you lose all of that, just click on the link, theshiftnation.com/WebEx. It'll take you to this page on my screen. You have the phone number there. You can also have the email, and we'll be able to help you guys out. Okay? All right. Sandy loves the content. Good stuff. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you all. Go make a difference. Go help somebody today. All right. I look forward to working with our new members in the club. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.